Hello lads and lasses, cats and kittens, back again. It's your girl, the Black Cat X1 with Night Fog, episode 6. I'm so excited to be here. I want to thank you for all your support, and let's get into the show, which is about horror, San Francisco's premier horror show. So the first movie I want to talk to you about is Crimson Peak, that came out in 2013, and it's a movie which has a lot of gothic elements to it, and it's the damsel in distress and the brother and sister who mysteriously come out of nowhere to come and rescue her and whisk her away across the moors to go and start a new life. Or does she? And so I think the photography was spectacular. It put me in mind definitely of the Keanu Reeves version of Dracula that came out, and I know everyone's groaning about it, but you have to say the cinematography in that movie of Dracula was absolutely spot on, and the cinematography in Crimson Peak is also in a similar way very um, saturated with color. It's very evocative. The dream sequences, the dreamlike state, is it real, is it fantasy, is it in her mind, is it really happening? All of that is very well conveyed through the photography, and I think it's well worth your time to invest in that movie and to watch it. Now, the plot at points is predictable, and sometimes it's a little, out there, and I think they rushed the ending a bit, but on the whole, I think they did it really well. It was a really well executed film, so you should go and see it and judge for yourself, which is always my favorite bit, and then let me know what you think of it. The next movie that I reviewed for this week was We Are Still Here, which came out in 2015, and again, this is a movie that put me in mind of movies such as The Others, in which the historical time period played a lot into the plot line. So We Are Still Here takes place in the 1960s. It's the proverbial lonely, isolated house in the middle of snowbound New England, and then people decide they're going to have a dinner party, so people start randomly showing up, or in the case of a couple of people, not showing up, and what happens to them. And I also liked the sort of in-joke that they did, in which a couple of the characters that do make it to the house um, are very evocative of the Warrens, Ed and Lorraine Warren, and their paranormal researchers. So I thought that was a nice little in-joke that they built into the movie. And so I think that's another movie that you really ought to take a gander at. Now, of course, there are some bits of it that are not as well done as others, but I think on the main, it's something that will stay with you. It stands the test of time, I believe. So that's something that you should look into. Now, I also reviewed an older classic with Bela Lugosi from 1940, The Devil Bat. Now, this is an interesting story in terms of modern day controversies about science and experimentation, because Bela Lugosi's character is a doctor, and he feels that the company has cheated him. Can we say occupy? So he feels the company has cheated him and belittled him. He does not feel that his work and research has been valued. So he starts doing his own experimentations in his house. And what he comes up with is a clever plan to use pheromones to produce a lotion. So he takes a lotion, he puts the pheromones of the bats in it. Then he creates this gigantic, horde of magnificently sized bat creatures, and he gives the lotion to the victims. They're like, oh, thank you so much for the lotion. They spread it all over. It puts the lotion in the basket. Yes, I know, I had to go there. I just had to throw that in there somewhere. And so once they put the lotion on and go to sleep, the pheromones work, and then the bat tracks them and kills them, etc. It's a bit silly. It's 1940s, but I think the thing that really attracts my attention to it is that Bela Lugosi goes all out in his performance. He holds nothing back. He leaves it all on the floor, as it is said, and he is so committed to the role that despite yourself, and you're like, oh, this is kind of a silly movie, and you're sniggering, oh yeah, okay, it isn't so dated, but his performance, his commitment, his craftsmanship, I have to say, salute, respect, and bravo. So for that reason alone, you should invest it. And it's a pretty breezy movie. It's a little, I mean, in some versions it's about 50 minutes or a little less. So if you're ironing, doing the laundry, having a sick day, you know, find it on Netflix, enjoy, or Hulu, or whatever service you want to use, and enjoy it. I also want to tell you some upcoming things that are going to happen. So the first thing I want to say is, because I'm here in San Francisco, yay! I want to tell you about San Francisco Comic Con that is upcoming this weekend, the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of September at the Moscone Center. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, go get your tickets, go online, buy the tickets. It's going to be brilliant. There's so many people there. You can go online to sfcomiccon.com and they will, I mean, it's just so many people that are going to be there. And little plug for myself, yours truly is going to be there. Yes, that's right. Your girl, the Black Cat X1, is going to be there on Saturday, and I'm going to talk to you about future horror. So be sure to stop by. Let me know if you enjoy the show. Give me idea suggestions for future shows, and let's talk horror. So that's going to be this coming Saturday. Which is going to be the 2nd of September at 6 o'clock at the Moscone Center. So I hope to see many of you there. So I want to get into some things that are upcoming, some juicy things that I can't wait to see. So September 5th, which is Tuesday, American Horror Story returns. Yes! I'm so excited. I'm getting pins and needles and chills and everything else about it. It's really looking good. I saw the trailer, I've seen the commercials, and it's so exciting. I'm really anticipating a great season again from them. So that's Tuesday, September 5th is going to be American Horror Story. They're going to do cults and focus on them this season. So it's going to be brilliant, and I'm really looking forward to it. So the 8th of September, which is this coming Friday, is going to be It, the new adaptation of Stephen King. And again, I mentioned this before, but I'm going to mention it again. The trailers look awesome. The clown Pennywise is, I just think the makeup and the actor and the way they've redone a lot of those scenes that people didn't like in like the, Tim Curry version of Pennywise, they have made it more edgier and a little bit harder. And of course the effects have come a long way since that movie was done in the 1980s, I believe. And so I'm looking forward to that, and I hope that you also are looking forward to it, because Stephen King is brilliant. He's one of my favorite horror authors, hands down. And so, you know, I'm going to go and I'm going to take a peek at it and support it. Even though I said I wasn't at first, but then the trailers lured me in. So let's see, you know, and we'll all float there together. All right, and so, of course, yes, I had to make that reference. Okay, and so let me think. So that was the 5th and the 8th, and then what's coming up? Something is coming up the 10th. Wait, I have my little cheat sheet here, so I'm going to have to go over here. Oh my gosh, how could I forget? The 10th of September is the Fear of the Walking Dead. So the Fear of the Walking Dead is going to return. Now, the previous season, it had its high points, but I don't know, maybe I was just not into it. I was not plugged into it. This season, the advanced buzz is that it's supposed to be really good, so I'm looking forward to it. So I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to start with a fresh mindset, and I'm going to look forward to watching it, which is the 10th of September, which is this coming Sunday, and hopefully it will pick up and I will be right on board the same way I was with season 1. And so, cheat sheet again, sorry. So the 15th of September is going to be Mother. All right. Sorry. You know, my partner there, Alucard, he wrote this, so I'm trying to understand what his writing is. Sorry, Alucard, I didn't mean to, you know, call you out there. Okay. So, 15th of September is going to be Mother. Now, that one looks extremely interesting. They've kept a tight lid on it. All they're going to say is it's a dinner party. Surprise, surprise. Uninvited guests drop in, and then it's going to be psychological horror. So, looking forward to that. We'll see if they do a good job. If they don't do a good job, I'm intrigued by the posters and I'm intrigued by the ads. So, we'll see. Maybe it'll be better than people anticipate, or a lot of people are anticipating it to be really great. We'll see. You and I together, we'll find out. And then I'll give you a review after I've seen it when it comes out the 15th of September. So the 25th of I'm sorry, the 20th of September, we have Channel Zero, No End House. And do I love the advertisements? Yes, I do. Meow, meow. They are fantastic. They're so creepy and, you know, Dolly-esque, and it's just brilliant. They've sold me, and I haven't even really looked at anything other than the commercials. Alright, so Alucard has given me the wrap-up signal, so I've got to finish. So I did want to give a shout out to SYFY channel, one of my favorite channels, and their 25th anniversary is coming up the 24th of September. So hopefully they have a lot of things planned, and they revamped the channel. If you've ever watched it recently, they have new scrolls, and they have, you know, the Newswire service and everything else. And the 29th of September is going to be Z Nation, Zombie Nation. It's going to come back. And also, Be Still My Heart. The power of Christ compels me to tell you that on the 29th of September, The Exorcist Season 2 starts. And all is good in my neighborhood with that. So I'm so happy. On the final note, I want to give a salute and respect to Tim Curry. I know they have a new It movie coming out and a new person playing Pennywise, but I have to say, Tim Curry, even though people do laugh at the makeup and the old-fashioned special effects, he did a fantastic job. He was also the voice of Darth Sidious in the Star Wars The Clone Wars animated series. He was brilliant in that. He's my favorite demonic character, Darkness, from the movie Legend of the 1980s. And I mean, that makeup, that costuming, still to this day, I'm like, hands down, everyone else has patterned demons on it. And so he is a brilliant actor. He's had recent health problems, but it has not stopped him. So God bless him. More power to him. We hope to have more work from him in future. So, with that being said, follow me on Twitter at TheBlackCatX1. I'm going to be posting videos this week for Taco Tuesday, and also for Fiendish Friday, and also a special little video for what I'm going to do upcoming at San Francisco Comic Con. So, without further ado, I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Have a very interesting week. See you soon. Meow, meow.